We're Funeral for a Friend and you're watching Banter Zine.
Introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Gavin.
And I'm Chris. We're in Funeral for a Friend.
Awesome. So last time we saw you guys, you'd just done the Well From Home Armageddon album and you'd just been on tour for that. How did the rest of the tour go for that?
Yeah. Well, it was really good. Sort of, I don't know, other than that, it was really fun. It's quite a while ago, mine, so we've taken pretty much a year off since. It was so good we had to have a year off after it. Yeah. That's how good it was.
So after that year off, now you've got a new guitarist, is that right?
New drummer.
New drummer.
New drummer.
Nearly right.
Nearly right. So how's that working out for you?
He's really good, yeah. He's little Cockney Bulldog, we call him. He's natural talent on the old tubs, and he's brought another dimension to the funeral sound.
So was he involved in the writing of the album?
We already wrote the album, and he came in at the end and redid all the drums. So I suppose not.
It did completely change the sound of the record.
Like I was going to say, is not. He wasn't involved in the writing process, but I suppose he did end up contributing a great deal to how the record eventually sounded because of his drumming style and whatnot.
Right, and he's been with you on tour as well as a permanent member of the band, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the skinny one who looks like he's a rapper.
He looks like a mixture of Colin Farrell and Jim Carrey, if they were tattooed.
That was spot on.
Yeah.
So how would you describe the new album, Conduit, compared to stuff you've done before? Is it
Short, really short, fast, heavy. I think it has more in common with the first EPs that we released as a band, and I think it's the best parts of what we love about music and the whole reason why we're in a band.
So it's going back to that part of the whole thing about going back to being independent again. Is that kind of together, or is that just coincidence?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think that over the years, I think that being sort of lumbered into, I suppose, a genre of music that we didn't want to be pigeonholed with, we kind of sort of went off at tangents and stopped doing what music that comes naturally to us. And I think that as we've got older, we've really stopped caring about what people want to call us, and we just write what we want to write. And I think that really comes through in this record.
And how have the fans reacted to you going back to that kind of style?
It's been really positive. With Facebook and Twitter and everything these days, you get great feedback from people who like your band, and it's on the whole, it's been really positive. So that's all you want really as a band, is to put something out and for people to like it. So we're in a really good place now at the moment.
It's quite an interesting thing. So you're hearing from the fans on Facebook and Twitter. Could that have influenced the way the album is going? Did you listen to what they were saying and they were saying do more of this, do more of that?
Not really, because it doesn't sound anything like Casually Dressed. so no.
Is that something you get from all the old fans saying do more
yeah,
of that?
kind of. I think that Casually Dressed is a record that reminds a lot of people of like the best days of their teenage years and their youth, and they associate it with a lot of like really good memories that they have. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I don't know, we're not a band to rewrite songs that we've already done. We always strive to do things which we feel are original and feel important to us. I think the whole point of being in a band is that you write music that you want to hear, because nobody else is writing the music that you really want to listen to. If you're not doing that, then there's no real point in being in a band.
Absolutely. Having said that then, when you play stuff from things like Casually Dressed, do you still enjoy doing it? Is it kind of a memory, is it going back down memory lane, or do you feel like you're going down one more time?
No, definitely not. I think, for me, those songs still, obviously, they still have a very kind of special importance for me. As probably they do for our audience, but it's like, I don't know, it's one of those things that the longer an album's been out, it almost feels like the less the songs belong to you and belong to everyone. So I think that when we play them, it kind of feels sort of, I don't know, it's almost like being a cover band of yourself to a point. But still love playing the songs, you know, and it's always good to hear people singing them back to you. What about you, Gav?
I love playing the old songs just as much as the new ones. This, you know, we're Funeral for a Friend, and that encompasses what we did, what we might have done yet, you know, what we wrote yesterday to what we wrote at the start 11 years ago. So, you know, for us, this, you know, it's all
encompassing.
Yeah, a great way of explaining it there, Chris.
Just to stay on that topic for one more question. Some bands, say, good examples, Incubus, their style's changed over the years, but when they go back to do their old songs, they're kind of doing their newer kind of style. Have you ever been tempted to change old songs?
Yeah, I think we already have.
We have a little bit, like, since I started playing guitar, because me and Chris have got kind of a sort of similar way of guitar playing, we have sort of revisited some of the old songs, not to a massive extent of changing the orders, you know, the structures and stuff, but just like kind of where we might both like harmonise riffs and stuff where it wasn't in the past. But yeah, we're not. It's to people who come and watch us, it's not going to sound like totally different because the new album isn't a total detour from what we used to do. Yeah.
Cool. And what's coming up for you guys next then?
Touring, and more touring, which is great because we've been off for a year and we need to go out and actually tour and do some work. And Matt is grinning like a Cheshire cat behind you right now.
Cool. So unlike some bands who really get sick of the road, then you guys kind of live for that, is that?
I know, like any other band, we can get sick of it, but we've been off for so long, it's hard to be sick of it after 3 weeks. So we're looking forward to it. Probably talk to us in 9 months and we'll probably be quite sick of it. Gav,
anything you want to say to the fans? Or?
Thank you for sticking with us for 11 years. It means a lot. There's not many bands who've actually managed to be around for the length of time that we have, and it's down to you guys for supporting us. So thank you very much.
Diolch.
Diolch yn fawr iawn.
One last thing, we've been asking every band in the last few months. If you wanted to be an animal with a superpower, what would it be?
An animal? Do animals have superpowers?
Is that a hypothetical question?
Or is it just to pick an animal and give an animal a superpower? Right, okay. I'd like to be a badger with X-ray vision.
I'd like to be an invisible whale.
An invisible whale?
Yeah.
Is that not to be turned into soup? Fair enough.